Listen, welcome to TFG tonight. I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. Everybody in that place. But once he out of here, guess what? Pop! And all of us coming down. That's why I had to go and talk about Ivanka right quick, because they coming.
Oh,
you is.
And you know this is what I love about President Barack Hussein Obama. No matter what, he kept it 100.
I was just going to bring that up.
That's right. Yeah. So listen, if my company told me that I had to do something that I said, man, that's a little, we tripping. I mean, bro, half the country voted for a man that took diversity out of employment. Half the country voted for that man.
Oh, it's Monday night and we're feeling right. It's Monday. It's Monday morning, actually. What up, everybody? Good morning, Asia. Y'all doing all right? Guess what time it is? It's TFG the nighttime, and I am your host. Man, I hadn't seen y'all in like 7 days. What's up? Hey, y'all come in because we got a ridiculous show tonight, this morning, whichever one you want to call it, whatever time you're watching this. Hey, I am excited to see y'all. And we got so much on the agenda. I'm not playing around this morning. Let's get into this thing. Y'all know what time it is. We about to keep up with them Trumps. So guess what? DJ Trump, listen, if y'all remember my man, what's his name? His old lawyer, Michael Cohen, that's his name. It's this like some deja vu stuff, man. So guess what? One of Trump's goons, Alan Weisselberg. Such a nice Jewish name. Well, the Jews in trouble. My man, like under investigation, like Jesse James was it / aka Letitia James. She ain't got a hold of my man. So y'all, this whole tax investigation, civil investigation has now turned criminal. So we about to see into the criminal minds, y'all. This about to be bad, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So my man Weisselberg has been the chief financial officer for the Trump organization since Daddy Trump had all the money. And then DJ took over and Weisselberg was still running. Man, y'all, he was running them books and they finna go get him. So he's under investigation for, again, working those books. So y'all know what they want from him, right? They want him to flip on old DJ. I don't know what it's going to take, but man, yeah, it's about to go down. So the Attorney General, she says that the office is investigating the Trump organization now in a criminal way. Well, Weisselberg, let's see what you got in you. Not that young. And so I heard a woman say, you can go to jail for 40 years. She said, well, I'm already 60, so what does it matter? So I guess she lived a life. So let's see if Weisselberg got some cast iron stomach. Y'all, listen, let's bring this morning team on. All these beautiful black faces, and let's get to work. There she is, there he is, and there him is. Black, Kendrick, Rooster, good morning. Y'all doing all right this morning?
Good rising, sir. Doing
yes,
great.
Sir. Yes, sir. How's it going? Black, you doing straight?
I'm good. Glad to be back. I missed you guys.
G Money got the G on for the Georgia Bulldogs. And Madam Beautiful Black Rue, you all right this morning?
What up? You know, I'm peachy.
Georgia Peach, I tell you, that's what it is, right? Man, listen, y'all. So Weisselberg in trouble, man. I don't know how much money they got. I know it's long, but she gonna listen. She finna be on them like a bad baby mama. She finna get in them pockets, Doc. She finna get in them pockets. But
That's the
listen,
way to
I'm
do
talking
it.
about she going to the listen just like a good baby mama. Every time you get a raise, she coming to see you.
Yep.
Raise that check. She finna go get these boys. Y'all hear me?
Oh,
And she
yes,
not
she ain't.
playing.
She ain't playing.
Nah,
She
she
coming
ain't
with it.
playing. Yeah, man, she's so with it. Like one of Weiselberg's sons, like he got a job at one of Donald Trump's spots doing ice skating rinks. Never went to work, but got straight paid, bro. Who go find out that your son didn't show up to work at an ice skating rink?
Man.
She do,
Oh,
bruh.
man.
She a mess though. Well, we'll see how it go down, man. It's all good, right? Y'all, man. So let's get to it. QAnon Attorney. Y'all, this is funny to me, y'all. Watch this. So y'all know all the cats that was fighting at the Capitol, right? Guess what? So now the attorneys are wanting to speak out about them, and their issue is that the defense that they want to give them is they is retarded. The dude actually said they have a low IQ. They have mental disabilities. We got to get them out of jail. They ain't got no shame, Doc. They ain't got an answer shame, man. This is their lawyers, Doc. They're telling these jokers, man, these boys are slow. They ride the slow bus. They should not be in jail. What y'all think about that, man? Is it shame or is this a great defense?
You already know, as soon as the pale skins get in trouble, the first line of defense is mental incapabilities.
Yep.
So I know they said that the guy had Asperger's, which is, for those who don't know what Asperger's is, it affects behavioral issues and like social interactions between people. So, yeah, I feel like it's crap. I mean, they basically saying what everybody kind of makes jokes that they are short bus riders and they are mentally stunted in a way. We all know that. We say that in a joking manner, but to use it as a defense, I feel like that's
It's a slap
nothing
in
new.
the face to the real people, right?
Exactly.
Right.
That
It's nothing
community.
new. They do that all the time, and it's just like I find it funny in the way he said it though. Like he dropping F-bombs and just say they straight retarded. Like
Yeah, he did.
Man,
Yeah.
I was like, what? I want to hear, like, I just want to see the video of him saying it exactly like that. And that's where that pretty much does it for me. Like, we have no political correctness at all. We're just gonna say some stuff. It don't matter. But
Ken,
it sets precedence. There we go. He doing what he's supposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doing what he's getting paid to do. He's
Right.
he's setting the scene. He's setting the scene. So
Listen, it was influenza. Last week it was Foxism. I mean, Ken, he said, man, they got brain damage. I mean, which one is it gonna be? I mean, is it good? Is it good defense? What you got?
No, that's just an insult to, like Ruth said, to the people, and you said to the people that actually have these not gonna say disabilities, but these issues. And then you talking about you got brain issues. Now you insulting football players because a lot of them have CTE. So now you talking about they got brain issues. Okay, so they've been playing football now. So you want to bring that? Okay, so yeah, I get it. That's what he's paid to do. He's paid to put that stuff out there in the minds of the justice system and get it into the thought processes and all that stuff. But you know what? It's that hashtag privilege that you always talk about, Brent.
Bruh.
It's that hashtag privilege that we all know that they getting ready to try to bring into this BS that guy that used to live in 1600 Pennsylvania started all this mess.
Wait, Black, I got one more for you. Now listen, from my understanding, majority of the people that's on disability now, they don't look like us. So is this just the route they take, right? To just try to get out of situations. I mean, what is it? They had disability because they get a Social Security check, but that don't mean they.
Right?
Is it a good defense? What they doing?
I got disabled tags.
We don't talk about that. Black, what you think?
Well, I agree with you guys. And as an attorney, he's doing his job. That's why attorneys have such reputations as being despicable people, but in reality, they have a job to do at all costs to defend their client and to come up with whatever works. Fortunately for him, as you just mentioned, you had somebody previously in office that turned up to down, night to day, made left go right. We don't even use the word liars anymore. We call it fake news and things like that. But when I hear that, what makes it truly despicable and sad to me is the fact that it's a double standard. Like you guys talk about that ultimate privilege, because how many African Americans stand every single day in front of a judge and they're being told that ignorance of the law is not an excuse, that you didn't know. And so because in a sense, you're acknowledging that what they did was wrong.
Right.
But
say
you're
that
saying,
again. Wait.
Yeah,
say that one more time for those
you're
jokers in the balcony.
acknowledging that what they did was wrong. So you're saying we don't dispute what they did was wrong, but here's why they did it, because they didn't know any better and they couldn't help themselves. Meanwhile, these are people who every day hold down jobs. They took flights, they took transportation to get out here. They were organized. But what's truly sad is that this may be allowed to stand up in somebody's court because from the top down, they run the show. So when it's convenient for them, they can poke holes in the system because the system works for them.
And this is the old adage, the plea for insanity. Right, that's what they use, especially when they know the evidence is against them too bad. It's the plea for insanity.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, y'all, we got y'all on tape. Y'all talk really good, right?
Yep.
Hang Mike Pence. It didn't. Y'all wasn't Pence hang Mike. Pence hang Mike. If y'all had started talking with a little bit of dyslexia, maybe y'all get away with it. But y'all were very articulate, right?
Yeah.
Where's Nancy Pelosi? You didn't even say her name wrong. Right. Go ahead.
But here's the thing, Brenton.
Yep.
When you say that out loud, you would think that open cases open and shut. But Mike Pence himself,
his brother
will not stand up and say that you threatened my life. And so, what does it say that your boss that you work with every day didn't give a damn about you and had people ready to kill you? But you still refuse to say this man did wrong. So the hypocrisy and lunacy, but it goes to what I say all the time. They're going to look out for their own no matter what. No matter what.
Black, you opened up a can of worms for that one. Do y'all know that Mike Pence's brother voted against them, like doing the special investigation for the January 6th? His own brother.
Yeah.
I said, God, man,
it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand it.
This is another world, man, where people will literally die. I mean, I thought ninjas only died on. I thought it was. I thought there was only the samurai that died on the sword, man. What is going on, man? These boys are that dollar is something terrible, man. That dollar is a beast.
The almighty dollar, and they believe so much in an ideology. I mean, they really are. I think it's like a cult almost. How much they will follow a ideology, even though they know that, like, dang, this dude, this is whack. But hey, I gotta get my money though. Gotta get my money.
Mama Pence, I hope she ain't dead, but I know if she is, she must be rolling over her grave now. That dog goes, you better say something about your brother. That man better your brother.
Yeah.
Oh my
Crazy,
goodness. How ridiculous. So go ahead.
Either way, it's not gonna fly. Yeah, either way, even if they use that as a defense for him, the one guy specifically with the horns, the Asperger's thing, it's not gonna work because a lot of I don't know how it's social like isolation. They're usually socially isolated, and he was in a crowded area doing things that is not within a pattern associated with Asperger's. So I don't see how they're going to use that. So I'm going logically with this one. They can try it, but that's not going to work.
Well, listen,
Yeah,
I'm gonna just say this so we
doesn't
can
go.
move on. That QAnon shaman, the one you talking about with the horns with the flag, he looked like he used to get a snack after school when he was in the 10th grade still. So my mama took him like, Mom, where's my snack? Yeah, he just really looked like that. But whatever, we gonna see. We're gonna see if justice gonna be served or they gonna serve us some of that good old just us. It ain't justice,
Right.
it's just us.
Right. I go with B. Just
right,
us.
just us. Right.
Me too.
Speaking of, so Mark McCloskey, right? I know that name sounds familiar, but maybe not to a lot of people. But let's remind the folks, if we can, man, who this guy is, and then we'll talk about him. So Mark McCloskey, hey, look at him. Y'all think that looked like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, part 2 coming out, right?
I remember that, man.
You remember them?
I remember them. I remember making the comment that okay, they were protecting their land. So
yes,
I do have something
they got
to say
mad
on that.
because somebody was that stepped on their grass.
They were in their area, and they were had a gated. I think their property was gated, and I guess their gate was open, and the protesters, I guess, went on, or the protesters went onto their actual property. So they stepped outside with their weapons and was trying to scare the people out of their gate. And I'm like, well, why do you just didn't have your gate closed, anyways? But yeah, I definitely remember that, and I remember laughing at it.
Well, listen, like a good old American way. Now he's going to run for senator. What you say? I mean, just got all the sense in the world. First, you want to shoot him up, bang, bang. She holding that gun, looking like Cruella de Vil. I mean, like, what's really going on, y'all? But now he gets to run for a senate in the great state of Missouri. And I'm telling you, guess what? He probably going to win.
Probably gonna win.
He probably gonna win. You know why?
Because they put him on the news. He was protecting his land.
That's right. Listen,
he's a good old American.
Eddie Murphy made it clear. As long as you got a good name behind you, you can be a distinguished gentleman. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a distinguished gentleman with his gun in his hand. And that young man is gonna get him $100,000 paycheck for the next 4 years, 6 years. How long they gotta be? Man, that's crazy to me, y'all. That he's taking that stance because of the level of foolery in the GOP.
Yeah, that's what that party stands for. Foolery. They should rename it the party of foolery, because that's what they do. Yeah, FOP. I mean, I'm not surprised, man. You know, it's the American way. That's what I say. You know, carry your guns. Wild Wild West.
They ain't got no problem with no Wild Wild West.
They ain't got no problem with it. So it's the American way. And you know, again, I hate to keep bringing this guy up. The guy that used to be at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He's opened up all this because guess what? This country elected a reality show star. I wouldn't call him a star. I just call him a reality show actor. But now everybody, their mama and daddy, sister, brother, now everybody think they can hold office.
Well, but let's say this: was this really something that wasn't there, or was it the sleeping dogs was just lying still until somebody gave them the okay? Right? They were playing. Y'all remember that game?
Monkey see, monkey do.
Thumbs up. What you have to hold your head on, and then somebody got to push your thumb down. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they were just playing heads up, 7-Up, and Sprite. What y'all? Somebody wait, what they call them? Sunkiss.
Yeah, it was 7-Up. Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about Sunkiss. They changed it from Sunkiss 7-Up or whatever. He the one came and pushed their thumbs down, and they just said, "Oh, it's time." Yeah, it's time. Y'all come on. And now they acting a fool. I mean, I don't get it, man. It is what it is. Go ahead, Black.
So I love what you said, Kenny. You said it's the American way. I don't know if you guys watched the show on Epix TV, The Godfather of Harlem.
Good show.
Literally one of the best shows on TV right now. That imposed to me.
I'm not allowed to watch it right now.
I'm a critic.
You got an Epix subscription?
You know, no. I do. Actually, I don't.
Catch up.
You know, if you want, guys, I'll tell you how to get every channel you want to get $25 a month. But
okay, you got the plug. Huh?
Yeah, I need that one.
That's a whole nother subject. Okay. And you can share it with 6 other people. So.
Oh man, there you go.
There you go. $25 a month. Every channel you can think of. literally, there's probably like 60 adult channels if you're into that kind of thing. And I
Listen,
am.
man,
But okay.
Look, he had to
That's a whole
mention that
nother
one too. I am.
Let me stay on point.
I want to see those channels.
Let me stay on point.
I'm curious.
I promise you, but Godfather of Harlem and Pose, and we'll be talking about Billy Porter coming up. But on the show, The Godfather of Harlem, they're telling a story of Bumpy Johnson, and you've got Malcolm X and Adam Clayton Powell. On last night's episode, Malcolm X gave a speech, and whoever's writing this show, they're tailoring it towards what's happening in the political world right now. And Malcolm X last night gave this speech, and it rivaled Denzel Washington's speech he did in X to me, where he talked about the ballot or the bullet. And so to your point, Kenny, where you said this is the American way, what Mr. Redface exposed was the true underbelly of America, is that it's really about the ballot or the bullet. Everything else is just noise in between.
Yeah.
And that's why I have frequently said that while we as African Americans are so focused on the major election, we come out for the big one, we're not focusing on those small elections where they elect congressmen and senators and councilmen, because that's the ones that really affect our everyday lives. So you have a gentleman who the president made it okay to shoot a black person, and he's going to parlay that down into a political career because the face of the Republican Party is changing right before our very eyes, to the point where we don't watch it, folks. If we talk about being woke, if we don't watch it, folks, our only recourse is going to be the bullet. It's the ballot or the bullet.
Wow. So you're saying if you woke, they're going to put you to sleep.
Wake up. Wake up.
See, don't tell too much, though, because I'm not allowed to watch it right now. Hubby's in Georgia, so he said don't watch it till he get back.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to watch it right now.
Wow.
Well, I will say Bumpy's wife was pretty. I was like, man.
Oh,
yes.
oh God.
I mean, okay.
Yes.
Agreed. Side note. Okay, I gotta take this for just a second. Y'all know, what's his name? Whitaker, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Y'all see that meme when LeBron told me he got poked in the eye and he
yes,
saw 3 rings?
Yeah. Man, they be doing
That
my man
right.
Forrest.
That ain't right.
Bro.
That ain't right.
Okay.
That ain't right.
No, you know what I noticed on Black Panther? When Forrest Whitaker, like they put the younger version. Do you ever notice while he was talking, while he was acting, like one of his eyes was like he was trying to make it look like.
Oh,
you dumb.
Y'all cold.
Oh man, okay.
I don't know if anybody I like looking at the details. I'm like, he's a good actor. Look, he tried to be spot on right there.
I know y'all gotta forgive it. It's been like 3 weeks since we all been back together, so we just tripping. Okay. All right. Well, good luck, Senator. Shoot 'em up, bang bang, and Missouri.
Yeah.
I guess y'all gonna be Mississippi, and now y'all gonna be the new show me state, because
I was getting ready to say the same thing. Yeah,
y'all gonna show us how it's done. I see. So speaking of white men with guns, yeah. I want to be honest about this. When I saw this, I thought this was recent, and when I found out that it wasn't, that this is about 2 years ago, y'all, if we had seen this, we would have never heard of George Floyd. Never heard of George Floyd, and it's unfortunate that I'm gonna just say this: both of them were bad. But the fact that we are not up in arms, I mean, given my man put a knee on a dude's neck, got it. But these boys did a good old Mississippi burning lynching. I mean, to the point that they just need to get them an old pickup truck with wood on the side of them and a noose.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what this dude did. I don't really care what he did. We have seen enough video of police officers that have restrained themselves for someone that looked like them, for them to beat this dude. Man, I mean, what really got my blood boiling, y'all, was when they got this dude on audio. I mean, just going at it about how he beat him up.
I whooped this MF. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he got blood on me. I mean,
I hope he don't have AIDS.
Yeah.
Y'all, this upset me so angrily because it's like it's very like when I hear people that look like them now, I don't know who to trust. You know what I'm saying? Because these boys, they've been still serving in the Louisiana community for the past 2 years. Yeah. And just now, somebody want to say something? All right, I'm doing my best to keep my emotions in check. So, y'all, let's speak on it. Who want to go first? It don't matter.
I saw a part on there that kind of the parts that were really kind of bugged me was they kept mentioning the blood that they got on themselves. Okay. The blood that I kept getting. Well, I think it was a supervisor. There was a cam that maybe the supervisor came on, and they still were on him, and he was laying face down, and he was like, "You're gonna set him up?" He's like, "Well, we were gonna set him up, but we just didn't want him spewing blood everybody or blood everywhere on us." Mm-hmm. And the guy walked away. He said, "Okay," and walked away. And I was like, "Are you
so Brittany,
serious?" Like. That got me.
Yeah.
That freaking got me because I was just like, you were more concerned about the blood on it. It reminded me of like when gangsters be like, "Oh my God, you got blood on my suit. Mm-hmm. You know this is Armani." Like that's some real like inconsiderate, like inhumane. That's an inhumane thing to say. I beat this dude's ass, but I'm concerned he got blood on me.
Right. Yeah. So Brittany want a rundown. So let me tell you. So apparently they were in a high-speed chase. The report was that my man died from running into a tree. Now, unfortunately,
they pitted him.
Well, I'm saying what they reported.
What they reported.
This is what they reported
that he ran into a tree.
They said this to the doctor that he died on impact from hitting a tree. But the problem is the damage to the car was on the side. So unless you got your wheels turned sideways and driving at a 45-degree angle, well, then there's no way you're going to hit a tree like that with that impact. But then video came out. They tasing him right in the car. I mean, just nothing. You can tell there is no desire to want to de-escalate. They pulled him out. They handcuffed him, and they gave him a good old Rodney King beating. I mean, to the point to where he was hollering about how scared he was. Mm-hmm. Said, man, just hollering, man, listen, man, I'm your brother. It's going to be interesting to see how this come out. Somebody already had him handcuffed, and they grabbed him. They had him handcuffed on the ankles and the hands, and they grabbed him by the ankles, by the chain, and they began to drag him on the ground,
on the concrete.
Yeah, on the concrete. Right. And so,
and then the ambulance people had to ask them to uncut. He's like, "I need his hands. I need his hands. You're gonna have to just handcuff him to the
gurney. Yeah. And so when they got to the hospital, the doctor was like, "This don't look like no wreck." The dude had cuts on his face, bruises on his face. I mean, I don't know what these boys was doing, man. And the doctor's like, "No, he ain't get hit by no tree." And so they ruled it a homicide, man. Go ahead, Black.
Okay, I have to be careful.
Please do.
Yeah, not for the reasons I'm at a new company, and the culture there is very rah-rah. And of course,
okay.
Look, I love my new job and everything. I have to be careful.
Yes, sir.
I'm starting there for a reason, because I'm beyond angry at when I hear these stories anymore. That my heart is empty for that part. You mentioned this is 2 years old. It's an older case, which, do the math. This happened under different administration where they knew it was covered up. You know what this really shows in the truest sense? We hear the Black Lives Matter movement, which has lost some steam and has been sullied by some of the other stuff that's going on. But the original intent of it is, for me, I still believe in. The original purpose of it was to highlight the fact that we as African Americans, we're not valued. We've never been valued. Let's not kid ourselves. We've never been seen as human. And this is a clear example of that, in that they weren't beating and terrorizing a human being. We live in a country, folks, that you'll do more time going to jail if you harm an animal, if you harm trees, if you pollute lakes, than if you will, or what you do to an African American man. We are being hunted to extinction. And it goes to show that the powers that be, they do not see us as human beings on any level. So I'm past angry with this.
Yeah.
With how I feel. And I have to watch, getting up in the morning, watching Good Morning America, Today Show, and things like that, because what they're talking about, and this doesn't get reported in this day and age where we know you knew about it. And let me say this one last point. And I mean this with no disrespect to any other demographic or race, but you take the COVID-19, and right now all kinds of new laws are being passed because it offended Asian Americans. And the incident that happened here in Atlanta, and with the reckless speed, bipartisan support, they were able to come together and pass anti-hate laws against Asians. But for 400 years, we still dealing with the same thing, and there's no partisan support. There's always a reason to wait. And I want to curse so bad, I know I can't, but how many cheeks we got to turn? How many ways do we have to count this? And so I'm going to say again, if you haven't seen the speech he talked about, the bullet or the ballot, it is so relevant today because we can't keep doing this. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. Keep waiting on them to recognize that we're human. It doesn't work. We have to try a new tactic. And while I'm not a violent man, I am an African American man, and I'm being hunted to extinction.
We ain't no killer, but don't test us. Yes, sir. Yeah. Go ahead, Ken.
Man, I think I can speak for our community. Every time we see videos of police beating us, killing us, we have to go through this trauma all over again. It's this continuous cycle of trauma that we deal with when these videos and we hear these stories. When this happens, we got to figure out to get people in place, man, to get these laws changed and get these corruption out of these police departments. People up in arms about defunding police. I get that. We're not wanting defunding police, but we want the good cops to say something to get rid of these bad cops. That's one of the places we need to start right there. It's a lot. Y'all say there's a bunch of good cops out there. Okay.
Where they at?
Where they at?
And it's not that we trying to be funny either, man. It's like,
no.
Where they at? Well, as an old biblical saying, don't be weary in doing the good. Like, if you are the good, then that should not be an issue for you to be consistent with doing good.
And so this video, I mean, listening to this brother say, "I'm afraid." I mean, hearing him basically scream out, and these cops, beating him like he's a wild hog. I mean, it was hard for me. All these videos has been hard for me to watch, but to know that we didn't know about this, and then we see this 2 years later. They covered it up for 2 years. How many more videos are they?
That's right.
This ain't the only one. Let's go keep it real. This ain't the only one, my people. It's some more videos out there.
That's right. It's that, and that's what makes it that much more frustrating for a man to know that y'all knew. Like, those fools got up the next day and went to work. Like, say, "Hey, boys." Yeah. Like it was nothing. They didn't take no vacation. And that's the biggest slap in a man's face, is that you try to play me for a fool, as though everything is supposed to be okay, right? That's right. And there's so many things that doesn't get caught on video, right? And see, when y'all ask what we mad about, that's what we mad about. The fact that y'all keep trying to play the sleight of hand with us, as though y'all not these people. And then all of a sudden when we catch y'all, y'all like, that's 2 years ago. See, at that moment, that's when somebody that may look like me put their hands on you and they begin to give you that Bart Simpson, Homer Simpson choke where your eyes protrude from your head. You know what I'm saying? That's right. When that kind of stuff start happening. So your best bet, like if your mama ever raised you right, she tell you, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing, especially about stuff like this.
Nah, right? I say it.
Yeah, because that right there, you talking about 2 years. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. Y'all talking about 2 years of not saying anything. If anybody, Attorney General, what's the new dude name?
Garland.
Garland. If you want to investigate anybody, I need you to investigate Louisiana, because 2 years ago, you mean to tell me that everybody on that force is good? 2 years ago.
No, that's the same state that said if you physically like touch the police officer, you could go to jail for assault. It was considered a hate crime.
That's Louisiana. You're right.
Man, my jaw is actually beginning to shake right now because, like, Joe, Uncle Joe, y'all want to hear me? Hear me good. If y'all do nothing else this year, then Louisiana better be like bump Chauvin, bump all of them. You talking about 2 years. And you mean to tell me y'all gonna find some good in that? If y'all don't flip that on his head, and I mean everybody better be brand new. Everybody, right? Everybody. Because if you are complicit, then that means you are in it.
That's right. You just
listen, whatever they gonna do to you, bro, it don't matter. I mean, take a L, whatever. But Louisiana, if you don't do nothing else, Attorney General Garland, y'all, somebody tag him. I don't care whoever. That one, man, you better earn your badge for that one, Doc. I mean, you got to. Go ahead, Rue.
So I don't know if y'all watch. I think it's The Chi.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that? The last episode.
I hadn't seen the last episode though.
Okay, there's an example of how I wish we would utilize that one gangster person in our family. That one, I ain't gonna tell you if you ain't seen it. I ain't gonna say it.
Okay,
but go watch the end. Go watch The Chi, the last episode. I think it's the last episode. Yeah, it is the last episode.
The new season.
The new season. The last episode.
Okay.
Go watch that and pay attention to the end.
Okay.
If you got that one gangster family member that's in and out of jail anyway, you have a purpose now.
Bullet or the ballot.
It's a shame that we got to find comfort in Hope Entertainment.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
That actually bothers me that we got to find. I mean, I'm with you, and no slight to what you're saying. I feel you to try to feel, just to get some type of sense of ease, to feel like it's people. But it's a shame that we got to go to entertainment.
Well, they're not scared. They're not scared. Police are not scared of repercussion. They're not scared of consequences. They don't have nothing. Like the military, we got camaraderie. But yeah, we still like when they wrong, we'll say something. It's wrong. We have knock it out. We had knock it off cards. We had people that we could go to sit there and say, man, we get somebody fired in a heartbeat. But why the police don't have the same? The good ones ain't accountable for the bad ones.
Nope.
No, then that means that they need to be scared of something else, and it's not the hollering in the streets and the marching, because they ain't scared of that. They don't give two shits about that.
Yep.
They need to be scared of something else. So if you got cojones, go do it, man. Handle that.
I got 45 seconds left, and I'm gonna say this: when they said, "What were we holding our breath for?" about Derek Chauvin and getting this, and they was like, "Well, he got it. He got convicted." No. But there was 2 years ago that there was some boy sitting there watching Derek being like, I'm glad that ain't me.
Man, God, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot, man. Shoot, that jacked up for him. That's what we mad about. We mad about the Ronald Greenes and the whoever else's. That's what we mad about. There you go. So if you ever want to know, that's the problem. Is that the one that got it is the many that got away.
Speak, brother.
The next person that pulls us over, we don't know what he got against him. And that's the problem. Yeah, y'all think these dudes are suckers? They're not suckers. They for real. They scared. They don't know who you the homeboy, man. Here it is. Homeboy may have been saying that because he know y'all are doing that. He did something to his homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we're carrying that trauma. Like, I've gotten to the point, if I, like that last time, I didn't get pulled over, but having that conversation with that cop, I was like, you know what? Just forget it. I can't. I'm not even going to spend that. I can't even spend that energy on even, like, no.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Anybody else want something on this?
My thing is, last thing I would say, man, it was this interesting thing to ask people what their phobias and all that is.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw this online. My phobia is getting pulled over by the police.
Man, my heart dropped every time, and they run wild in Colleyville. Every single day, they be riding behind me every single day, and I'm just like, because the way my mouth is set up, I have to control it. I literally have to learn how to control myself, and they don't have to do nothing but come to my window. They don't have to act no kind of way. They can act however they want to, and they got protection.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
All right, man. Well, I'm not gonna say the cliche about thoughts and prayers. No, I can't wait for the day where it ain't justice and it ain't just us. Like, it's justice, liberty, and justice for all. I mean, y'all wrote it. So
yeah.
Okay.
Right. Well, that's a whole other topic.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, they wrote it all right.
Oh man, if I was a good old Baptist preacher, I felt that thing right there. Y'all wrote it. Okay then. All right, let's move on. All right, Ken, man. So hit us with that. What I love. I love commercial break.
We got to lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah, get out there a little bit.
Because I ran hot. I was so mad.
Feeling some type of way. Not ready. Black Power fist and all this, but we're gonna lighten the mood up right now.
Okay,
real
bro.
Quick. Let's go ahead. We're gonna talk about this fantasy football league challenge that we got coming. Yeah. TFG Sports, we got a fantasy football league. $50 to enter via Cash App. It's all there. If you can read that on the flyer, just make sure you get that $50 fee in. Cash App to $ Jaquithia Sims. And then in the memo field, need you to put your email address and TFG Fantasy Football. Then make sure you check your email for the invite to the league. Now, we need this $50 fee in by July 31st. I know how y'all do. You're getting plenty of time. What's today? May 24th? Oh, yeah, you got 2 months. Come on now. I know you can save $1 a day. You should be good by July 31st. Go on.
And Joe putting y'all money in on the 15th, so make sure you leave 15th July. Y'all get it in.
Yeah, so come on. So you got time. So now we're gonna have 2 different leagues. The first league draft date is August the 10th, 7:15 p.m. Central. Now these drafts is gonna be live. We're gonna do them live. Myself and fantasy football extraordinaire expert Charles Moore will be with me as well. So make sure you get your popcorn, have your drinks. We're gonna be talking a little noise, see what you got. What kind of football manager are you?
Right.
Don't be trying to fool us with these crazy trades. I saw somebody try to do a trade that was ridiculous, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So League 2 is gonna be the week later, August 17th. At 7:15 p.m. Central. Same thing. We're going to do live. We're just going to have some fun with this. We want everybody to join. First 24 people to Cash App entry fee, you're in. So you got to it's only 2 slots for 24 people. So first 24 get their $50 in. That's a wrap. So we're going to be in there like swimwear.
Listen, and so this next segment is brought to you by TFG Sports Fantasy Football League. Get it to him, Ken. What you got on this one?
Oh man, whoo! Now, if you've been under a rock, I know you gotta know what this KB. Now let me do this disclaimer real quick, Mr. Brown. If you happen to watch this, I don't want any of your mama's cooking, sir.
Bro, you know
I don't want any of your mama's cooking, sir. I'm gonna give my side with the utmost respect.
I'm down with it.
Okay,
I like it.
I just want to make that clear,
That's
Kwame.
right.
I don't want no smoke with you, brother. I don't want no smoke with you.
That's
so
funny.
this is what happened about a week and a half ago. I don't know if you guys have watched the podcast or listened to the podcast, All the Smoke, with former NBA players Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. They had Jenny Buss on, who's the owner of the Lakers. Her dad, the late Dr. Jerry Buss, was the original owner. So they were talking about trades. So the one trade they came up was the Paul Gasol trade that the Lakers traded for, I believe it was 2004, 2005. Well, Kwame Brown was a Laker at that time, and he was included in that trade. So when Jenny Buss was speaking about that and said the two players, Matt Barnes said, "Oh, you mean only one player? You mean only one player?" Then he smirked and then he hit Steven Jackson on the leg. Then Steven Jackson said, "Yeah, that was only one player." And Jenny Buss just kept going. So basically, everybody has known that they've called Kwame Brown a bust. He's been known. That's what he's been known for the last 20 years. So Kwame Brown got wind of this, and that Saturday after this podcast, let me tell y'all know how you play. Let me say this. You know how you used to play the dozens in school? You talking about people's mama, their brother, whatever.
Yeah.
That clown had like a cafeteria full of them.
If I ever had a team and I need to draft somebody to play the dozens, he's my number one draft pick. Yeah. Kwame Brown has brought them brothers all the smoke. Let me just read off all the names that he has sprinkled his mama's cooking on.
You got a top 10 list, Doc?
I got a top. I'm gonna give you the top 3 that he is not letting up. Matt Barnes.
Yes, sir.
I can't tell you what he calls him.
He called him Begging with the good hair.
There you go. And he called him something else too, but we won't say
did.
that.
I got to give you the family side.
Steven Jackson, Stephen A. Smith, those 3 are getting all his mama's cooking.
Now, what did Jamil Hill say?
It's kind of complicated. She put a tweet, but she's won. Charlamagne the God.
Yeah.
DJ Envy, Shannon Sharp, Gilbert Arenas, Rachel Nichols, Rob Parker, Chris Broussard, Skip Bayless, Mike Wilborn.
They're going to equalize them.
All those people has gotten Kwame Brown's mama's cooking. He sprinkled it. Now let me say this about Kwame Brown. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you guys speak on it. I understand why he probably, because he finally came out and said something, because he hadn't bothered nobody ever since he left the league in 2013. Even when he was in the league, he wasn't saying anything.
Nothing.
So eventually people get tired, and he just finally got sick and tired of these sports journalists, and I say that loosely, picking at him. He's like, I'm not even in the league anymore. Well, y'all keep talking about it. And then if I'm a bust, how am I a bust? I played 12 years in the league. I made $64 million. Now, I may not have lived up to my expectations of being the number 1 draft pick. Yeah, okay. He only averaged 6.6 points, 5.5 rebounds, 0.9 assists over his career. Yeah, those not great numbers for a number 1 draft pick. But he was a 17, 18-year-old kid coming straight out of high school. First kid to be drafted number 1 straight out of high school. He's 17, 18-year-old. So my thing is, it's a little entertaining, but it's also a little disappointing too, because I hate to see these brothers going at each other like this. And then, my thing is, Mr. Brown, I say this in all due respect. I don't want none of your mama's cooking. I say this in all respect. If you happen to watch this, I feel like you are kind of being a hypocrite, because you're saying that what they were doing to you, they wasn't being a man. But my thing is, if you had an issue with them, okay, I get it. You got it off your chest that first day. Now y'all squash it, and y'all be like me, and y'all call each other up. Y'all figure it out. So anyway, that's the Kwame Brown continuation, his story in a nutshell. And check this out real quick. He only had like 2,000 subscribers, I think.
Oh man,
last week.
Gone. Yeah.
He's almost up to 200,000 subscribers in a week.
Yep, gave that boy something to do now.
So I would let y'all what you guys think about it. What you guys think about it?
The internet's powerful.
Look, and that's all she had to say about that.
Look, I don't really follow basketball like that, but I feel like, yeah, it's kind of that thing. Like, he's been quiet. He played his position. It is a team sport. He did exactly what he was supposed to do those 12 years that he was, you know, doing a job. So I don't see anything wrong with what he said. They went in first, and he clapped back. He sat silent. You got sometimes, you know, you wake the sleeping giant. You just you get what you get. That's it.
I'm with you. I'm like,
what you got, Black? Yes, sir. Is that index?
So everything you're saying is right. So that's why I like the last part you said, Kenny, where you talked about his subscriptions. He went from relative obscurity to he's it right now. He's the trending it. What it tells you is the power of social media. You know, we here tonight talking on the platform. You know, we'd love to blow up to those numbers. You know what I mean? You know, to be honest with you.
I absolutely we would.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I would, you know, Kenny does a show. I do a show. I would love to blow up to those numbers. The reality is that this is the medium, you know, in this age to where everything is aired out in public. And I like the fact that, Kenny, you talked about hypocrisy, you know. Now, it's tragic that a 17-year-old kid was drafted by, in my opinion, the greatest player to ever play the game, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And if you don't know anything about Michael Jordan, the movie Last Dance or whatever it was called,
documentary.
He's brutal. This is a you know, greatest player, but as a person, this guy's brutal. Yeah. So he literally destroyed this kid. You know, can you imagine working under him and he drafted him? And so he didn't play college. He wasn't emotionally, mentally mature enough to deal with playing as a boy amongst men. So here we are 20 years later, and now his name is being brought up, and it's taken him this long to come forward and get all of these things that have been festering for 20 years. But the reality is you did make $64 million. You was a scrub, and I'll take that smoke if you want to bring it to me, because you were a scrub. Let's make no mistake about it. And so to me, it's fair game if we're talking about your game. You know, Stephen A. Smith, he's a loudmouth and all those other things, but he is accurate in the sense that now they were talking about your family or you personally, but if we're evaluating your career, you were a scrub.
I disagree, no mistake about that. I think to me, scrub and bust are totally two different things. To me, a scrub is the 14th or 15th guy on a roster that never plays. He's a scrub. Now, Kwame Brown played. He didn't play well.
We're gonna agree to disagree.
He didn't play well, but he played, so he wasn't a scrub because he wasn't the 13th or 14th guy on the roster.
Yeah, he played what, 80%?
I would
say
this
is a beautiful sports argument. Because I think he was. So this is a beautiful sports argument. For me, he was a scrub.
Okay.
He got drafted first and everything, but when I say scrub, I say it from this perspective. He never really developed his fundamentals, you know, to play the game at the pro level.
But he started though.
Well, then that's more of a bust.
He started over 80% of his games.
I'm going by my definition, so we can argue about that.
Yeah, we agree to disagree. We can agree to disagree.
That's what I said.
I don't even follow basketball, and to me, that's commendable.
Some of my mama's cooking on you.
There you go. So and that's what I said. I consider him a scrub. Having said that, you waited till now because the power of social media has put you under the microscope to the point where now you want to come forward. Now, with that said, since y'all brought it up, you have to take what this man is dishing because he feels unfairly talked about. He has every right to feel that way. The biggest indictment here is that this is the power of social media to where this is the forum where now we're being judged and tried in front of everybody. And because of likes and subscriptions and things like that, I'm glad that I'm from an old school era where I'm on social media. None of this defines me. None of this defines me. When that camera goes off, I go in my room, and that's my life has nothing to do with that, you know, because once you enter this medium, I'm from us old school. You talked about playing the dozens, Kenny. I grew up, I'm from New York, so they didn't call it playing the dozens, it's because I'm different. And the beauty of it was I come from an era where we talked about your mama's mama.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went on about your business. You gave as good as you got. Nobody wanted to fight and kill each other after it was over with. You couldn't make me ball up in a circle and stay home. I wasn't going to stay home from school because I come from an era where sticks and stones. And so what you say about me, it doesn't. And if I made $64 million, I truly wouldn't give a damn what you say about me.
Amen to that. 64 reasons why you won't. Yes, sir. Me. So okay. So y'all know me. I ain't gonna give my opinion. I'll just give my position, and then we'll tie it up in a bow. I will say this: like what I saw. So to Lee's point, Lee, you grew up most of your life not having social media, so you are already set in a place to where you know how to detach from this because that was your normal. Correct. Right. But for a lot of them, that thing came so close to where now it almost equals out in the lifespan for them to where what we didn't have, now they have it. And so now it's kind of overwhelmed them in their life. With that being said, Kwame Brown just brought to social media what real life looked like in the hood. Right. Just clowning, talking crazy. Right. Basically, what there was, but the internet loves that drama. They actually feed on it like leeches, right? Yep. And so for us, it was just like, it's just clowns just clowning, right? But the problem is he made a statement that I thought was very interesting, which was, why do black people have to always come against black people? And especially because they were in a fraternity of the NBA. I get that. And what his problem was is that I know y'all. And so for y'all to even put y'all mouth on me, he said, like, I can go there. And so I seen one comment said, he was a sucker for doing the DMs. Well, see, you can't ask somebody when you start something. Don't tell me how I respond, because then that's your problem.
Right? That's fact.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is what I want to
say. The way I respond.
That's right. Especially when you put it out there. So but then as men, somebody got a cool head, got to settle it down, because it looked like one of them at least really ready to go there. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, what you say, bullet or ballot, right? So this is what I want to say to Kwame Brown. Like, I'm down with it because I know what he was tripping on. But to your point, Ken, he was a pioneer. He was the first kid. Not Kevin Garnett, not Kobe Bryant, not Tracy McGrady. It was him.
Yep.
Right. So he made history. But instead of us, acknowledging that, we want to say he was a bust. Why he didn't just pave the way? Is Martin Luther King a bust because he died on the balcony? Is Rosa Parks an idiot because she got arrested on a bus? I mean, a bus is he made good points. Y'all playing song and dance for the TV. They giving you information to talk about us because they can't talk about us right now because it's not politically correct. I got what he was saying, but my thing is I agree with him, but then you become counterproductive, bro, when you started doing it back. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying, and he made it personal. I ain't got a problem with him going at him, but then when he talking about, Matt Barnes' black granddaddy and his white granddaddy, man, I was like, yo, bro,
he went in.
Yeah, he went. He went in. And he was saying some misogynist stuff. I mean, but I was like, yo, this brother just fed up, man. He just going off. So,
I've been holding this for so long.
I think it was,
I gotta get off my chest.
He been handling it well for a minute, and he ain't the only one that people make butt jokes about.
That's what I said. He ain't the first one, and he won't be the last. So,
He just he was just ready to deal with them jokers because I think Gilbert Arenas, that again it is what it is. But like Lee said, when we come out of here, that's why I don't put all my stuff on Facebook, because ain't none of y'all business what I'm doing.
I know that's right.
So I don't really want all y'all being in my business either way, because I still want to go to the grocery store without somebody trying to say something to me, because I ain't there yet. Like you say something to my kids, okay. Anyway,
Yeah, I know I ain't there yet either.
I ain't there yet. Yeah, I'm where I need to be. So listen, that's Kwame Brown. All right, well let's swing to the other end of the spectrum.
Oh boy.
So yeah, and I ain't scared of y'all either, right? So so Billy Porter, I didn't even know the dude, and this is interesting to me.
He's the new Tyra Banks. I mean, not Tyra. RuPaul. He's the new RuPaul.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you think about it, because when RuPaul came out, he's a trendsetter too. He put the gay community on the map with Clueless. I don't know if y'all remember Clueless. Yeah, gay man. He was in drag at that point. Yeah, so it brought he brought a lot of attention to the community. Madonna made the song and brought attention to the community. So
okay, well let's bring it up then, because we're gonna talk about Kwame. We're gonna talk about him too. My man recently just came out that he's been HIV positive for a minute. That's number one, and I felt like again
that was real.
Yeah, that was real.
Yeah,
that was real.
Oh, I just saw it on Pose. I thought it was just his acting, but he's really.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. He just came out. Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, and again, I'm saying to myself, did you do that so that you could tell us, so you can get some kind of, this publicity about this new show? So apparently, they're going to do a remake of Cinderella, and Billy Porter's going to play the fairy godmother, and she's going to be called the very fabulous G something. I don't remember what it was, but so I want to say this, and I'm gonna say it like I mean it. I don't have an issue with gay people. What I have an issue with is you all trying to redefine things. I want to say this, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. A gay man is not a woman.
No, not at all.
A gay man is a gay man. So for you all to want to now force a gay man to play a woman in an old show that I grew up on where Brandy and Whitney Houston should have been enough, right? That should have been enough. Brandy and Whitney Houston should have been enough. But no, now we want to keep pushing the envelope. The problem with you guys doing that is it creates the frustration of people, not because we don't like gay people, because that's not a woman. And
just come out with a new storyline. You're changing the stuff.
Or come out with a new show.
Right? Yeah, new show altogether.
That's the problem, right? For me, I didn't even know this dude. Like, I understand he was like,
I didn't know him either.
And the only thing I saw him do was he wore an outfit where he like half suit and then half dress. And I changed the channel. Because that ain't my cup of tea.
That's the dude. Oh, was it at some award show or something?
Yeah.
I will say the outfit was bad though, and he got carried in.
I didn't know who it was.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so, I mean, for all he can have chicken legs underneath that dress. I don't know, but I'm just saying. My thing was, don't try to reinvent something and then get mad at us for saying I don't like that. Oh, you don't like gay people? I didn't say that. But what is the point of you if you don't want us to call you a man? Well, we shouldn't be calling you a woman either. We should be calling you gay. That's what it is. And unfortunately, there is no other. Listen, you can make up as many names as you want to. The moment I found out that bootylicious went into the dictionary, I said, well, all bets off. Anything can go into the dictionary, right? So It doesn't matter what you want to name it, bro. All I'm saying is that you don't have to do this, because I'm not going to let my kids watch it, because I don't want to have to explain to my child something that is unnecessary. Like, have your own space and then go from there, create your own thing. But you don't have to play a woman because a gay man is not a woman.
I don't think he's going to play a woman.
That's the remake.
He's going to be, I don't think he's going to be in drag though. I think he's going to be like the fabulous, gay best friend that helps you, pick out your clothes and stuff like that, which is something that every woman, like, well, I'm not gonna say every woman, but a lot of women
Cinderella over again.
Yes, but you know how like whenever they do remake this, there's an aspect of difference. Like there is some kind of difference. Like he's not gonna play. Oh, I don't think he's gonna play an actual woman. Like that's not his style anyway. Even with drag, he doesn't do woman. He does very overly fabulous, feminized man. Like,
Yes, I
so I think
understand that.
they would do that role like that.
A
I
godmother
understand a
is
godmother is a woman, but he's gonna play the role of the fairy god assistant. Put it that way.
my lord.
Like,
It said Rue is right. It says here that he's gonna play Cinderella's fairy godparent, Fab
yes,
G.
Yeah,
Fab G. There we go.
So Rue,
it's
so let
gonna
me
be
ask you this
like
question.
that.
So let me ask you this question, because I'm with you. I'm glad you're kind of pushing back with me, because this is what I want to ask you. If you take something that was originated as this is the person who played the fairy godmother. It was a woman, and my children saw that. They're gonna say, "Hey, who's playing that woman?" They're not. If it was the uncle that was playing the fairy godfather, then let the gay man play the godfather. Fine. That's less for me to have to explain. But for you to then say, no, he's playing the part of the mother that was originally cast in the aforementioned movie. That's what I'm saying. I have a problem with. Not that he's not going to look like a woman, but he's going to play those parts that were originally played by women. That's the only thing I'm saying. Like, why does he have to play that part?
Well, because of course they're gonna modernize things, because this generation, they just recycle the classics. Okay, and so to make it more modern and inclusive, that's the role that you're gonna put a gay man in.
Okay, this is a very bad analogy.
You gotta think about it. Because you think about it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to say every woman has the gay best friend, but there are a lot of women that have the gay best friend. So in this scenario, I can see them putting a gay man in that role, because a lot of women have that already. So it's likable. That is a role that a woman can relate to, or a teenage friend can relate to, because, whenever you get boyfriends, sometimes it's, frowned upon. You can't have, straight male best friends. So what do you get? A gay male best friend, because that's somebody that can tell you, about yourself. They can tell you the truth. They can tell you what a guy likes,
I mean, I could tell you the truth.
They're in there. They're in there. Yeah, but, we got insecure women that don't like, or insecure men too, that don't like their women having straight male friends. So they have the gay man best friend. That's something that's relatable. So I can see them putting Billy Porter as, the fairy godmother or the fairy godparent, because he's going to tell you, girl, that ain't working.
Fairy god assistant. That was
fairy god assistant. There we go. Yeah, girl, that ain't working. Let me do you up, like kind of how like Will Smith played that role, like, oh, chartreuse, and then was like, in Aladdin. You remember that part? He did that whole gay little situation. Yes, it's like the same thing. I feel like he's gonna be playing that role to change the Cinderella. I mean, it's relatable. I can see them doing it. I don't think the kid would even have a problem with it, because we see them walking down the street all the time. It's normal now. It's socially acceptable. My only thing is I don't like remaking classics. Like, well, actually, you know what? I didn't really like Cinderella in the first place, because it's about a white lady that, was put kind of in an ethnic situation to me. Like, I couldn't relate. Why is she the white woman cleaning the floors and stuff like that? Like, I didn't get it.
There's poor white people in the world.
But that wasn't the social norm. Like, that wasn't something I could relate to, so I didn't watch that. But they're remaking classics, and I just wish that like somebody would have an original idea, like coming up with new superheroes, or coming up with new, like they redid Princess and the Frog. I like that one, but I wish she wasn't a frog the whole movie. I wish they actually had her as a black female the whole movie, so I could see somebody that looked like me on there. But I just wish they would make more shows that were original and not redoing classics. Like,
Understood.
It's old. It's just it's too much. It's redundant. I want to see new stuff.
Yes. Go for it, Black.
You don't have enough time on this show to address this segment properly. And Rue, everything she said is magnificent because she really articulated everything. Unfortunately, the world we live in now, where there is no originality when it comes from Hollywood and movie making and things like that, and we do live in a time when they're reimagining everything. Now, I'm a fan of Billy Porter. Pose is one of the best shows on TV. I like him as an actor. Blah blah blah. But to your point, Brenton, and to Rue's point, we're at a point where they're reimagining everything. Now, thank God I'm an equal opportunity hater. So for me, it's not just that gay is. We live in a time now in 2021. Being gay is it that's popular. So they are getting their turn to reimagine all of these different roles. The Green Lantern, Marvel is gonna make him gay now. On the new Star Trek, the current crew of Star Trek, Hulu, he's gay. On the actual current show, he's gay. In real life, the actor who plays Spock, he is gay. So the movie
right.
alone, we're in a time now where if the character's supposed to be Asian, they want him to play Asian, but we're reimagining all of these things. But here's the thing, though, like I said, you don't have enough time for this because we've been crossed that slippery slope. We've been went down that slippery slope. Because if I'm going to object to Billy Porter as a gay man playing a fairy godmother, I also can go back to some other classics and object to them when they blackenize them as well. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes there's movies you need to leave alone. There's classics you need to leave alone. But the world we live in is since there's no originality, somebody gets in a room and says, what would be nice? What if we made the character black? And what if we made this character a woman? I'm a Marvel fan. I love Marvel. I love Iron Man. I end up losing. I hated the series because the more they wanted to attract female viewers, they gave Pepper Potts a bigger role, so they made her a superhero. I am a male show.
Wait a minute, who?
His girlfriend.
Pepper Potts.
Pepper.
Iron Man.
Yeah. Okay.
Iron Man's girlfriend.
Now, I'm a chauvinist, just so you know. I despise Wonder Woman. A skinny white woman slinging around in her drawers with bracelets and a rope makes no sense to me. The fact that she's put on the same level as Superman and Batman makes no sense to me. She should be somewhere cooking cookies. But that's me because I'm a chauvinist. I am
okay now. So in a lot of the wait a minute.
Start going down that slippery slope where you got to give women something to do as a superhero. Now you got to give gay people something to do. Next thing we know, we're gonna have
this is how I can tell he don't read the comic books.
We're down that slippery slope.
When female characters came out
I am
before
a true
the movie.
comic fan, but I don't recognize Wonder Woman as a true superhero. So you come out with this story, but you have to attract female viewers. So the Amazonians, this and that. And all I'm saying is that we've been crossed that slippery slope. I'm an admitted male chauvinist. I'm admitting that. So if I'm going to object to Billy Porter, I'm objecting to all of it. Some of it should be left alone. But like I said, even when look at the last Avengers movie, Endgame, it wasn't the men who saved the day. All the women came forward at the end and with the big spears and stuff like that. Now you mean to tell me Thanos is whooping their ass, but at the end, it's all the women to band together.
Yeah.
So, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna let Ken have it next.
That's why.
We got a question there. Ken go. Do parents have the right to stop their children from having gay friends and religiously speak against it? I'm in the middle of the road and don't have any right to impose my opinion. I feel. Well, I agree with you.
You can do whatever the hell you want to do as a parent. I'm gonna put it that. Just leave it like that.
But at the same time, your kids gonna go to school and do what they want to do too.
Exactly.
So, just like
that's why I said you don't have enough time in this thing.
Yeah, they'll fight another day. Go ahead, Ken. What you got on this, bro?
Man, y'all said it all.
Okay. said he
Wait a
left in
minute,
with Kwame.
wait a minute, 'cause
I don't even
Lee,
I don't even remember the story Cinderella.
That's why I was
all
laughing at y'all two face. And
Yeah, I'm
Brittany
like,
wanted me to talk about why I had a problem with Snow White. Because in this new era of Me Too campaign, Snow White
bro.
is a hoe. She went to live with
She's living
seven
with
little midget men.
dudes. She's living with seven
Seven little
dudes.
midget men. But so you don't have enough time in this segment.
Y'all
Trust me, my
clowning.
brother.
hey,
Yes.
you know, my thing is, I agree. I mean, I'm just tired of Hollywood just trying to remake stuff just to remake it. Just leave stuff alone, man.
Pornhub
You know.
messed it up for every cartoon
Oh
for me.
well. Okay.
All right,
Wow.
Olive Oil.
Okay.
Wednesday show is
that
the
he
sex
just
porn have on
mentioned she just
relationships.
mentioned Snow White, so I'm just saying
right.
it. That's how it got screwed up for me, because that's exactly what I envisioned. Snow White and the Seven Doors. I'm just or
The seven
Dingalangs.
doors.
The
Seven.
All right.
Seven. Okay. Wow.
On to the next one. All right, Lee. Holla at him, Doc.
Oh my God, y'all are killing me. Perfect segue for me to
Please.
once
Yes,
again,
sir.
as a 52-year-old man, talk
I'm
about
telling you.
get off my lawn. What caught my attention this week, and I have been behind, is I read the story about Future coming out with his song, and they said he threw some shade at Lori Harvey, who we know dates Michael B. Jordan. I'm looking at the look on your face. You know who Lori Harvey is, right?
I know who that is. Steve Harvey's daughter.
Brenton said, "Oh, see, I love this. That Rue knows, Kendrick knows, and Brenton says, no, that's Steve Harvey's daughter, and this is the perfect reason for this, because she's famous for simply being famous.
Her daddy,
because of her daddy, but she's labeled a influencer, a model, and you probably know who Jordan Woods is. She dates Carl Anthony Towns, and they take pictures. I'm looking at your face again, Brenton. So my thing is, you know, we got these young ladies out there, and I'm sorry that I'm only using two black women as examples when trust and believe they don't even make the top when it comes to the influencers. If you Google right now, the top influencers out there, most of them are white, and then a couple of them are actually gay men. To be honest with you,
I know them Kardashian girls are probably up there.
They crossed. They're bigger than that. In fact,
okay.
Jordan Woods is famous for being a friend of the Kardashians. That's how she became known. She doesn't do anything else. She was just a close friend on the show. Lori Harvey is Steve Harvey's daughter, but now she's dating Michael B. Jordan, and Jordan Woods is dating Carl Anthony Towns. And so my gripe is with this whole idea of that they're famous for being famous. And my thing is, there's so much wrong with this, but it's the world that we live in. They have titles that they have not earned. Where have these people modeled? What have they done? They're famous because of who they associated with, who they are related to. It actually realigns the values when it comes to work ethic, because it's teaching, in my personal humble opinion, young women that you don't have to really go out there and get a real job. You can look pretty and spend your days, see who you can date, and become Instagram famous. And then you too can be fabulous every day. It's an unrealistic expectation of beauty, because in reality, the average woman walking around here, she don't look like that. You know what I'm saying? In real life, you know, we got women, got the things sagging and little balled up stomachs and all this other good stuff. And that's real. Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And so they're portraying this image. You know, the stomach look like balled up homework. We know those are real out there.
Oh my God.
And then, but we know in real life, we got this expectation that this fake and you can be this on Snap. But it's even a sexual double standard. Lil Bootsy, he went on the Revolt show, and I love what he said. He got in trouble for it. He said everybody want to give Lori Harvey credit because she is a pretty girl, but they want to give her credit like she's doing something special for dating Michael B. Jordan. Well, if you don't know, Lori Harvey not only dated Future, she dated P. Diddy and his son. She dated multiple people. And he said, how excited would you be if you was the 8th owner of a car?
So she's gonna play Snow White on the remake?
She's had 8 owners. And so what makes her so special? Jordan Woods, Kardashian's friend, kind of cute little girl. She's about 20 or 30 pounds from actually not even being hittable. And so I'm just saying that some of these people, like, we got to get real about it, that Oh my God. But that's the world we live in. And that's my rant on these so-called influencers. And I already told y'all I am a chauvinist.
Yes, sir. Listen, I
Well,
want to say
y'all allow it. Y'all allow it. So
on behalf of Lee, I just want to say everybody can dream, but not everybody can achieve. And so I'm an achiever. I ain't a dreamer. So I'm gonna go for what I know, and we're gonna forget them dreams. I'm trying to make something happen. So just do the work, right? And don't just be famous for nothing. Good, man. Hey,
I wish I could be famous for nothing. I wish I could be famous for my good looks.
Right.
I know, right?
Right. Funny. Listen, y'all, it has been a ridiculous, amazing show today, man. I hope y'all have enjoyed us this morning. I hope y'all dropped the kids off and y'all had so much fun. But y'all know what time it is. It's time for them final thoughts. And listen, we're going to start with Madam Rue herself because I think she has done a great job of defending Billy Porter. And yes, and maybe she can help those retards on January 6th. We'll see.
Maybe so.
Let them have it, man. What's your final thought?
Look, I'm gonna tell you the same way I tell my kids. I can't help stupid.
That makes sense to me.
Can't help stupid. Like if you're ignorant, maybe I teach you. But if you stupid, nope, I ain't got nothing for you. But all right, so my final thoughts is all right. I'm gonna tell you short, quick little story. So I got questioned at work, and the question was, "Why are you talking like that?"
Did you just put twang on your voice just now?
I did, because I have to emphasize. Sometimes I have a little accent that comes out at work. I try to reel it in because I'm amongst the folks. And so every once in a while, the little country will come out, and especially either when I'm hungry, tired, or excited. Okay. So I'm getting pretty, loud and boisterous, and the twang starts coming out. And I had a little pale skin peek around the corner talking about, "Why are you talking like that?" And I was like, "What? Why are you talking like that?" And I'm like, "Talking like what, huh?" She's like, "Your accent." And I said, "Maybe it's because you ain't been here long enough, but this is how I talk." I had a Samuel. I had a moment, man. I was about to bust out in. You ain't seen my movie. It's just the way I talk. So I'm gonna say this: be you, do what you do, and live long and prosper. Don't let anybody steal your joy, man. Thank you.
Yeehaw.
Thank you.
Yeehaw.
There are country black people out there. So all the pale skins watching. Yes, we do talk like this.
That's
You're
right.
hilarious, bro.
Hilarious.
Oh,
well, thank you, man, for your final thought, Ken.
I'm trying to get. No, I can't. No, I can't beat Rue. If my final thoughts, man, that was funny, Rue. Labels, and the reason why I say labels, this Kwame Brown, Matt Barnes, and Steven Jackson situation. When you start putting labels on people, be careful how you present that. I mean, because at the end of the day, these three grown men are going back and forth about something. Really, all it is about a label. In their opinion, they think he's a bust. In his opinion, he said, "How can I be a bust? I bought my mama a brand new house at 18 years old, put on a golf course." He said, "I came from the mud. I didn't have shoes to wear. I was on free lunch." So I think people in the media, and I'm speaking to myself, be careful how you criticize other folks and label them, because sometimes they're going to come back and they're going to sprinkle their mama's cooking on you. That's my final thought.
Oh, my goodness. They don't even know what that means, but we're going to keep y'all not knowing what that means. All right. The one and only Lee Black. Talk to us, brother.
With all the other things that's going on around us, and we laugh and we have fun, and there's so much going on. Don't get caught up on the distractions. We are now past 100 days, and it's your administration now. We can't keep being insane. We keep talking about being woke. The bullet or the ballot. It's high time we did something completely different. We cannot keep doing the same old thing. We've had an African American president. We now have a African American female vice president in office. They're with lightning speed passing laws to address everybody else's situation. What about us? I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yes, sir. Well, listen, y'all, we appreciate y'all tonight, this morning, whenever you're watching us, and I hope that we have entertained you, informed you, and encouraged you on some form of fashion. But here's my final thoughts. I want to let you guys know there's nothing wrong with jumping into your future feet first. Take a look at this video.
Oh, damn.
But just make sure when you do jump into your future, you got enough room to land on your feet.
Damn.
I'm dead, bro. Why you keep posting these videos? God dang it.
Listen, it's okay to jump into your future feet first. Just make sure you got enough room to land on your feet.
Oh man.
That's
Make sure
right.
you prepare the padding. Make sure you prepare the padding.
So listen, y'all, in this season, watch your head, right? Y'all, that's Kendrick, that's Rue, that's Black. We'll see y'all Monday. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.